Hey guys, hope you're well, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the reason I'm quite quiet at the moment is because it is early as hell. I'm probably the only one awake at home because I struggle to sleep again. Hey look guys, it's that early that the moon's still just out there vibing. Look at it, just out there. But no, we're on the ground at Gatwick again at stand 54, so that's at the North Terminal on Pier 4. We're taking the Flybywire Neo out to Alicante, so sort of call it an Easter special if you so wish. But yeah, oh, sun's out, it's getting warmer. Everyone's everyone's off on their holidays, so I thought, you know what? There was this really good looking freeware Alicante I was at on flightsim.to. I'll give it a shot. You know, just see how it's like to fly into. And yeah, this sort of led me looking into schedules and stuff like that. And I found this ridiculously early EasyJet flight from Gatwick that will take us to Alicante. And well, I was up, so I thought, you know what? Why not? Also, that shadows looking bad crusty. So I'm just gonna change my setting up real quick. Yeah, my settings in this are like really weird, but I digress. Let's go. Okay. Oh, well. In any case, that's enough of the outside of the aircraft. Let's go back into the cockpit and get ourselves sorted out. So, I've got our fuel coming in. IRSs are aligning. I believe I've started our boarding process, which I have. Superb. In that case, what I can do is I can, well, I can set the MCP up, or at least some of the MCP up. Turn both those to VOR, both those to VOR, constraints on both sides. And what I can do now is, right, why on earth is that time not live? Oh, there we go. That's it. That's more like it. Okay, so that's more like it. So it's back to the cockpit now. I don't even know why the time wasn't live. I thought I had it set as live time, but there you go. So what we can do is we can go into our we can go to the unit page and send a request to that and let that all populate. That looks fine. Our block fuel today is about 8.4 tons, so just pop that in there. Zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight CG we can't actually put in yet. We'll wait till we're all done. Now we're predicted a tailwind of 12 knots. So what I can do is I'll just enter that in. There we go. Superb. Just check that. That's alright. And our RSs are aligning on a GPS, so it's not too bad. I can leave it as it is. Right, so what we can do is we can go to our flight plan page. If I check vPilot real quick, there is no ATC online. So what we'll be doing is the wind is 203, so we're going to use 26 left for departure. Taking the BOGNA 1X ray departure since we're departing after 6 AM local time. I think the 1 mig is the pre-0600 local time SID. I'm not sure. Either or is just a SID for the 08s. I digress. Pop that in. Don't know why there's a flight plan discontinuity, but we'll clear that. That looks fine. And so once we get to Valencia, that's where our star should start, but we'll leave that for now. Okay, go back to our OCDU menu. Check that quickly. So the unit press page I just filled in, that all looks fine. That's all looking fine as well. Right, refueling is done, so what we can do is ignore the fire AMD emergency lights already. Right, what you can do is turn the no smoking sign on and the seatbelt sign on. So that's doing its thing. Yeah, as much as I like the forgot who made the scenery. As much as I like the Origami Gatwick, I don't know why. Just looking at some of these buildings tanks performance, but oh well, it is still playable, just not as good as I like it. Right, as I said, there's no ATC on, so we're leaving on Unicom. We've checked fuel quantity, seatbelts. It is on nav and QNH 1017. That's the prep checklist complete, and the rest of that is just a pre-pushback checklist. So we'll just keep it as is for now. What we can do actually is pre-plan our pushback. There's no ATC online, but in case someone does come on, that's gone very well, Omar, well done. And just try it again. Backspace to remove the last set waypoint, that's fine. Right, so what we'll do is we'll just push back straight out and have us facing west. Facing west? No. Facing east, sorry. Just taking off from 26 left. Although actually, would facing east... Actually no, facing east won't make sense because you're then... No, you know what, I'm trying west. No, that's fine. Yep, so we're going to be facing east on our pushback. Should be a relatively short taxi to 26 left. And then from then on, we shall go airborne. Just push us back there, that looks grand. And enter. And that is our planned pushback for the day. Or for the flight, rather. Again, apologies that I'm a bit quiet. I'm sort of trying not to wake up two parents and a brother. What we can do as well is just, again, set our MCP up. So initial climb for BOGNA 1 X-ray departure is 6,000 feet, so you can chuck that in. And go to our perf page and just make sure everything's line transition. Actually, 6,000 is actually bang on. So the rest we can't really do until we've finished boarding. We get more accurate figure, sort of, for our zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight CG. Sun's starting to come up. Let's get this gorgeous red sky. That's just something I love about. Oh my god, there's something I don't love about that performance spike, but there's something I really love about early morning flights. And I thought, you know what, I may as well just make a video on one. So yeah, there we go. What I can do actually is turn the radio back on. There's a bit of quite a few comms, surprisingly. So some of these men are actually dedicated. It's crazy. Although then again, I am also flying on VATSIM at this time of day. You know, we can actually turn this light off completely. We don't even need that. Just this lighting is just so pretty. It is far too good. Oh, just could we just take a second, please? And we will continue. Okay, we'll just keep an eye out on our boarding process. Just go back if I can find it. AOC menu. There's it, the weight and balance. Okay, so rear of the aircraft's filled in. we've got about 50 more passengers to go. All our cargo's in, so what we can do is go back outside and watch for baggage cart deletion occur. So, ciao. Go back in. Want to check I've got all the proper lights on. Yep. Wing, nav and logo, that's... Actually, I don't even need a wing light. Yeah, just shut the wing light off. Well, you know what, no, keep the wing light on. Fuel pumps can stay off for now. Although I can do a fire test quickly, since this is with a first spoke to start the aircraft, so might be an idea to actually have the... What on earth has happened there? Right. Might actually be an idea to have the ECAM up so we can see what's going on. Oh, no. Click spot for the APU test is still awkward. Good to see something's going to change. Nope, that's fine. And that is also fine. Superb. Right, okay. Don't know why there's no lights there. Ah, no, it's fine. I'll keep it off. We probably don't even need all of these lights by the time we're airborne, but I mean, we definitely do now. But I digress. Our boarding is really doing quite something, and okay. Interior lighting and aircraft states. Like, I'm assuming the interior lighting presets are for just cockpit lighting. Oh well. There's our route. That's all looking good. Yeah, we are flying at flight level, or cruising rather, at flight level 370 today. So fairly standard. Should be roughly under a 2-hour flight. And surprise, surprise, I still haven't authenticated it with Navigraph. So yeah, there you go. Can you tell it's been a long week? Ah, goodness. Yeah. Just had a bunch of coursework to do. I had to go to a funeral. It's been a very eventful past few weeks, but I'm still here. I'm just about, oh, excuse me, still here doing my thing, still just being a nuisance, you know the drill. But again, I digress. I'll just, while boarding's carrying on, actually, I could turn the APU on, which might be an idea, so shut the fuel pumps on. Try the APU bleed on as well. And once that's on, we can disconnect the GPU. That's the flap open, and the APU is firing up, so boarding should be completed any second now. What even is the temperature? 7 degrees, that's not... Oh, completely forgot about that. Right, boarding completed. So what we can do is we can go back to our perf page. No, sorry, our init page. Zero fuel weight of 60.6 tons and a zero fuel weight CG of 24.1. I think that checks out with SimBrief, so it's not too bad. Right, what we can do now is, oh, that's our APU in, so you can just hear the pack start to come alive.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Right, so, according to our weights, I think we're flexing to 55. Flaps 1 and up 1, I believe, is our trim setting. Yep, there we go. And then our V speeds, well, that's a lot lower than any speed the spreadsheet calculated, but you know what? At this point I may as well just drop these in. V1 136, rotate 137, and V2 141. Awesome, keep that in. Going out to our flight plan page. No, you know what? Stay on our perf page. That'll do very nicely. So, what we can do is, can take a quick look outside. Everything's clear. Nice mist hanging over the airport, you know, just in classic British morning fashion. So what we can do is, can disconnect the jetway and call our pushback.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
What we'll do is turn our beacon light on. Jetway disconnecting. Everything looks clear to me. We tuned into Unicom, I sure hope we are. And indeed we are. Okay, so what we can do is go back to our EFB and go for our checklist. So our parking brakes is set, takeoff speeds and thrusts are both calculated,
Okay, sir.
both windows closed and beacon is on, and checklist complete.
Closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
We are fairly heavy, I think that's why there's not much lift here.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
And parking brakes released.
Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
And therefore begins our and there begins our pushback, there begins our block timer, and with that, start engine number 2. EG2 rising, N2 rising, N1 ever so slightly rising, and the fuel should kick in any second now. There we go. There's no traffic around as expected really. I don't really think anyone's this awake on Easter Monday. And that, well, it's almost a good start on engine 1. There we go. Good start on engine number 2, sorry, and start on engine 1. We could single engine taxi, but it's just not worth it. It's literally around the corner. And once again, I don't think I pre-pushed back correctly, so it's just stopped us in an awkward location.
Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
What we'll possibly end up doing
Startup is complete. You may disconnect. Roger. Good engine start.
Taxiing straight ahead, turning right on Papa, then
position waiting for the visual. Thank you and
left
goodbye.
onto Alpha November, although yeah, left onto Alpha November and then taking off from Alpha. Yes, can turn the APU bleed off. No PU master switch off as well. There we go. There's a good start on engine number 1. So turn the engine mode selector back to normal. And what you can do is a quick flight control check. So rudder full left. There we go. Rudder full right. Neutral. Full down. Full up. Neutral. And ailerons full left. Full right. Neutral. Right, pitch trim is 1 degree up. You can arm the auto brakes, arm the speed brakes, and we can take a quick look in the wing view, if I can find it. I genuinely, there's just so many of them, I keep forgetting which one it is. There you go, I think this one will do, or this one, and we can lower flaps. There you go, that's flaps 1. And with that, taxi light on, turn offs on, parking brake off, and off we go. Taxiing almost under its own power pretty much, or rather almost taxiing under its own accord in idle. It's always a good sign. Explains why our flex temp is only 55. As I said, love morning flights. Hate having to get up early for them though, but there are just some things that are worth it. That is definitely worth a screen. Superb. Might even be the thumbnail. Right, here's Papa. There's our right turn. And of course I overcook it. Right, so that's us taxiing down Papa, and then we'll turn right on, no sorry, left onto Alpha November, and then hopefully be off soon. We can test our TO config as well actually, not press the bleed page. Test our TO config. TO config normal, just predicted wind shear and TCAS, but that's to be expected. Clear on the left and clear on the right. It's always good practice, both when driving and when flying. Oh, there's appears to be an AI aircraft there. Someone is clearly as dedicated as we are. Brake a bit. Don't want to be going too quickly into a turn. There goes Alpha November, that's our left turn. Again, clear on the left, clear on the right. It's a bit late checking that, but once again, we move. Okay, so what we can do before I forget is turn our transponder on, TCAS to above, TARA, and turn the predicted wind shear on. We're pretty much gonna, well, take off now really, aren't we? There's a holding point. Slash holding points, just slow us down a bit. Nothing on our TCAS, at least not what I can see. But, oh my god. Nice steering, Omar. Once again, I have overcooked it royally. This is going to be a long morning, isn't it? I still have work to do. Great. This is going to look so weird on the Lanta, just snaking across the apron, or I was snaking across the taxiway at Gatwick. Right, strobes can come on, landing lights can go on, nose lights to take off. And what we can do is...
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
That's all checked. And we can announce on Unicom that we are departing. Gatwick traffic, easy 64 Mike Tango, departing runway 26 left, Gatwick traffic. No objections. Just us and around 10,800 feet of runway. The open skies await us. Set the timer. And increase the thrust. And flex 55, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Just keep ourselves centered, as always. 80 knots. That is really misty. B1, rotate. B2, slow rotation. Just get us up for ground. There we go. Positive climb, gear up. That is trimmed to perfection. Oh, and that is a beautiful mist. We're going to go outside and have a look at that. That is a screenshot right there. My word, that is gorgeous. Right. Climb thrust, autopilot in. I'm sorry, that is just gorgeous. Right. No traffic, so what we can do is set direct to BOGNA. Set direct to BOGNA. Altitude up to 370, flaps up as well. If you'll let me select overclimb, that'd be great. There you go, overclimb. Zoom that out. Zoom that out. And we'll just pull standard. Well, I had my thrust lever set to fly, but clearly not. Oh my word. My oh my, that is stunning. Want that bar to leave. There we go. My oh my, that is gorgeous. That is... I need to stop falling over sunlight. That is just incredible. Right, disarm the speed brakes. Better alternative to the standard, that's fine. Right, we can set the standard as well, why not? Alright, there we go. There's a few constraints here, obviously, but there's no ATC, we're not obligated to stick to said restrictions. Oh, it's a very quick departure, Bez. There's BOGNA Regis down there. BOGNA Regis, Shoreham and all that. Could even see Brighton from there if we're lucky. Or maybe not. Oh well. Can always have faith. Oh, good word, that is. This just makes it worth it. This is gorgeous. This is just out of this world. Every single time I play this game, it makes me more just unreal. Absolutely unreal. Right, I think that's us passing 10,000, so what we can do is turn the... should have done saves again. Turn us off, landing lights off, nose light off, turn the wing light off as well, it's getting quite bright, and turn the seatbelt sign off. We'll turn the lighting down a bit as well, we don't need it that bright. It's nice and low, we don't need it that bright. Don't want to burn your retinas. There we go. Right, we can turn it down a bit as well. And the flood lighting we can turn down a bit as well. Superb. Right, with that, we have departed Gatwick in nothing short of gorgeous conditions. Like, even I'm impressed with that, that's how good it is. But anyway, we have departed Gatwick. We're on our way to Alicante, and hopefully it'll be as nice and sunny and gorgeous as it is now on our way into Alicante. Although I highly doubt there's a beating a sunrise as gorgeous as this. In any case though, hope you enjoyed the departure, enjoy the cinematics, and I will see you again for the arrival. Hello and welcome back. You join us in our descent. Gulf Valencia should be to our left over there. Oh, I think that's Valencia over there. Or actually no, Valencia's behind us, silly me. But no, we're beginning our descent into Alicante now. Very rapid descent into Alicante, might I add. Even though I did descend at the top of descent like it told me to, but I put it this way, it's kind of not convinced that we're alright, the aircraft's kind of not convinced that we're gonna descend on time. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna put hold in. Already entered the destination data in, but I'm gonna put a hold in at Zelina with an inbound course of 144. Just have it do a right turn. The distance of, if I could read, that'd be great. It should be about 3 miles, I believe. It's about a 3-mile hold. There we go. Just insert the hold and let it take care of that. No, rather it's sorry, I believe it's a 5-mile hold, never mind. In any case, we'll maintain that hold to sort of slow us down enough, and then we'll rather have us descend as well as slow down even. So we sort of need to be at 200 knots before leaving the hold. So yeah, we'll just slow us down. Got the speed brakes all the way out. That's how desperate times are. And yeah, we'll go through the hold. We'll descend to about 7,000 feet, which is our transition altitude here at Alicante. And with any luck, I might be able to see the airfield. But today, luck is not on my side. In any case, we should be entering the hold fairly soon. And what we can do as well is extend the flaps just to give us a bit of extra lift. Could even... No, you know what, we'll just keep it at flaps 1 for now. What we'll end up doing is we will trap the speed brakes. Hopefully we won't speed up too much. Let's see how it does a hold then. I'll zoom in on our ND again. Just keep that at 40, why not? So I think that was meant to be our exit out of the hold, but what we'll do for now is we'll enter the hold, obviously, and then sort of let us descend until then. Yes, I still think the top of descent calc on the VNav's a bit off in this, but even so, it kind of works, just not very well. So sort of approach briefing. I did integrate Navigraph while we were flying. So we're doing the Valencia 3 Lima arrival. So the Valencia VOR down to Valina where we are now, and what we're effectively doing is this hold now before continuing to the ILS Zulu approach for runway 10, and we have gone very well beyond where we were meant to. Superb. No, so effectively we're following the 20 DME arc out of Valina, as that's the Alicante 20 DME arc. Oh, sorry, ATET 20 DME arc. down to the initial approach fix, and then hopefully establishing on the localizer and following the life slope back down in. And our intercept altitude is 3,300 feet. So hopefully by then we'll have sort of have enough scope to descend, I suppose. Is there a way of making the hold smaller? No, there isn't. Right, okay. But we are holding. We'll stay on the hold until we're at 7,000 feet. Hasn't descended as quickly as I hoped it would, but it is what it is. Again, I've entered the arrival data in. So our wind is 030 at 3 knots, but variable between 350 and 070, as far as I remember. Yep, there we go. Visibility is fantastic, there's only a few clouds. Temperature of 15 degrees, which isn't bad for about, what, 8:30 local time in April. So yeah, our folks are in for a bit of a treat when they get off. It's nothing quite like a Spanish sun to greet you in the morning, especially after leaving a slightly colder and more misty Gatwick earlier. A quick peek outside. That is very nice. Very nice. World Update 8, I believe, doing bits. Right, we can keep ourselves in the hold for now. So minimum holding altitude in the hold is was flight level 70, and so once we descend below that, we'll set the local QNH, which should be 1016. What I can do though is I can set it on the standby. There we go. Anyway, this is my first time using a hold in the Neo, and it's actually doing very well at it. I'm honestly impressed. In any case, we'll maintain 200 knots. I think once we leave the hold, we'll slow down to 180 and begin configuring. What I can do as well is I'll turn the ILSs on both sides. Right, our course is plugged. ILS frequency and course, etc. are both plugged in, which is all well and good. Yeah, I've never actually flown into Alicante. I don't know what I'm meant to be looking out for, but according to this, the airfield should be near enough straight ahead of us. I must reiterate as well, this is a freeware scenery we're flying into. I've never actually flown into it either, but I suppose we'll find out how it holds up. I mean, it's got to have a ton of downloads for a reason. I suppose we'll find out what that reason is once we land, hopefully. You know what, we'll go for one more loop of the hold before descending further. And I suppose what I can do is I can tell advisory that we are holding. There shouldn't be any over traffic, but I have seen someone on Atlanta coming in from Stansted, I believe. but I don't know how far away they are. I don't even think I can see them anymore, to be honest. There was someone coming in from Stansted, not too far behind, also going to Alicante, so I'll have to keep an eye out for them. Again, there's no ATC online. I think everyone's got better things to do on Easter Monday morning than me, which isn't unlikely, put it that way. But no, I thought this would be a good idea. I thought it would be a nice video for you guys, and I am also extremely exhausted. Oh, blimey. It's not gone very well, has it? Right, I can go back to the flight plan page. Just keep our eyes peeled for that. I'm sure we can descend a bit faster, can't we? Or rather, can descend at a bit of a faster rate. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Now what I can do actually is pop some speed brake in and turn our landing lights on as well. Completely forgot about that. So we've just passed 10,000. Landing lights have gone on, seatbelt sign can go on. Nose light can stay off, turn off can stay off. Why not? At least I didn't forget the landing lights this time like I did last time, so you know, swings and roundabouts. We'll just do one last swing of the loop. Yep, we'll just do one last swing of the loop, and then once we leave the loop, we'll continue descending to 3,300 feet to hopefully then intercept the ILS. Right, we can shallow out our descent now actually, so, and bring the speed brakes back in. What we can do as well is tune that back to 3,300. Our missed approach altitude is 4,000, so we'll just get ready to tune that in. Okay, so what we can do is then proceed to exit the hold. Well, I don't know why it's telling us we should exit it at, I don't know why it's telling us we should exit it going, making a left turn, but, oh well. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, 1016. And what we can do as well is go to our checklist. Also make sure we don't fly into some mountains, but calm. Cheeky altitude warning. Right, barrel reference set and cross-check with both seatbelt signs on. Minimums are tuned in. Auto brake we've set to 1, and engine mode selector we can keep as is. That is very loud, so sorry for all of these ears that I've just killed. Right, okay, so that should be us exiting the hold. this is not a very good technique, is it? So, oh well, not killing anyone. Knew I should have kept it at 7,000 for a bit longer, but oh well. Again, I don't know why it's making us turn left out of this hold. I suppose there's only a few things you can get right. What I will do as well is I will cut our speed back to 180. So we'll have a slow down in the have a slow down a bit in return. Although what we can do as well is speed check flaps 2. Let's bring more slats out and some flaps out to chuck some drag in. So we'll stay at 180 for now. Then, so once we sort of begin hitting with live sub, I think we'll begin configuring ourselves a bit more. Slow our descent down as well. We don't want to be at 3,300 too early. I'm saying we need to be at 5,900 for that. Highly doubt it, but yeah, this is a very messy approach going in. I think Maria will just remain at 5,000 and then so we're sort of above all the nasty terrain, so it's not too bad. That we can end up just pre-selecting 3,300. Just keep following the arc. This is going to be a really sharp left turn to intercept. I only just realised. Actually no, it should theoretically just be a 90-degree turn off the arc onto the localizer. Nevertheless, should make for some exciting flying. This is where I wish a terrain radar actually worked because, well, to kind of make me feel a bit more horrible about the stupid decisions I've made in life, such as this. I think keeping it at 5,000 isn't such a bad idea. Top peaks at around 2,000 from the looks. Can't find anything else conflicting with that, so we should now be making a left turn. Yeah, you can see why they want us at 5,900 for that. Can do as well is arm the localizer or like that, arm approach mode.
2,500.
Have a rad out go crazy. Turn both autopilots on, why not? Now, any second now we should be intercepting the... Any second now we should be intercepting the glide slope and localizer. Can do is hit the hit descent mode. And what I was going to say, I can pop us into flap 3, but we are a bit sort of teetering with the speed a bit. Localizer captured, and at some point
2,500.
we should get the glide slope as well. Just keep an eye out for the airfield as we're coming in. It's a bit crosswind as well, which is always fun. There we go. I think I can see the runway, but it's a bit misty. And crosswind over the mountains is a bit nasty, but hopefully it should mellow out. What we can do as well is go to our perf page and activate the approach phase. Pull the cabin. And just keep us at right on maps. Slow us down to about 160. Speed check flaps 3, we can chuck the gear down as well. About 13 miles out,
2,500.
and flaps full. Any second now we should grab the glide slope as well. Dear God, that is a bit of a nasty crosswind. Hopefully that should mellow out the closer we get to the ground. Oh, belie me. Also, just look at that crab. And look at that crosswind. There is a word for this, and it is nasty. Hopefully it'd just be the mountains being you know, a sort of adventurous selves. So right, I think I've also killed the ECAM because the memo's just disappeared. Where is vPilot? There we go. And there's a glide slope, finally. That on missed approach altitude is 4,000. There's the airport. I think there's the source of many of our issues. Wait, what? As nice as this approach is, part of me wishes the winds favoured 2-8. Because quite frankly, this wind is nasty. Want to take control of the aircraft a bit earlier, but I'd be battling the thing if I was. Right, okay, now the ECAM memo's done its thing. So, landing checklist, ECAM memo, no blue. And that's literally it. Awesome. So, gears down, flaps down, speed brakes armed. That is literally ECAM memo, no blue. Superb. Right, we'll let the autopilot take us in for now, because I am seriously not confident with wind jostling us around like this. What's that tilt below as well? I didn't go me. This is nasty. Right, what you can do as well is turn our turn-offs and our nose light on. You know what I said about the weather in Alicante being nicer than it was at Gatwick? Yeah, famous last words. Right, the wind intensity is slowing down, which is always a good sign. Or rather, wind intensity is lowering, which is a good sign. Again, as long as it's not a crosswind of like 16 knots by the time we hit the ground, it is all Gucci. That is an intense amount of rudder trim as well. Just take a quick look outside. There's us, fully configured. I'll take a screenshot of that as well, why not? Yeah, why not? Super. Right, back in. That is more like it. Okay. That was the wrong button. Right, I have the runway. I have a bit more confidence in this weather. Everything clear. And my aircraft. Let's bring her in.
500.
Don't want to dip too far below the glide slope.
400.
There we go.
300. 100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Oh, I'll tell you what, for freeway scenery this doesn't look half bad. Although that Z fighting on the buildings is a
100.
bit disconcerting.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
There we go, spoilers out. Idle reverse. Decel. That wasn't so bad. Just try and keep it centered. 80 knots, manual braking, and idle forward. Superb. Right, let's vacate here. Timer off. 2 hours 15 minutes on the clock. Fantastic. Right, okay. So what we can do is we'll slow down quickly. Just get ourselves all cleaned up. Turn our lights off. Maps up. And those lights can go to taxi, you can turn the APU on as well. And with that, bienvenidos a Alicante. If my Spanish GCSE knowledge from a few years back is good enough, then that is Gucci. Right, TCAS can go to standby. If I can find a click spot, transponder can go to standby as well. and we can just keep on taxiing. I don't know which stand EasyJet use here, but I'll just take the closest one, which happens to be right here. So what we can do as well is we can turn the taxi light off so we don't blind anyone. Right, as I said, there's no one here, or at least there isn't anyone here to my knowledge. So in fact we've got the free reign to the airport to ourselves. Right, let's stand free out will be ours for today. And why it will be ours? Because I said so. If this VDGS works, that'd be pretty sick. Oh my god, it actually works. That is so sick. Right. Well, at least it looks like it works. Yep, so it does. Or it's a very simple VDGS, but very effective at the same time. Right, I'll make that as a good you know what, we can draw forward a little bit. So not actually on the line, so to speak. So what you can do is draw forward a tiny bit. Stop that. Just take a quick peek outside. Right, that looks a bit too far, but we'll take it. And with that, that was a very nice glitch. Right, with that, call jetway. Good night number 1, good night number 2, good night block timer. Get ground power, get baggage. Good night seatbelt sign. And we can take a quick peek outside again. Right, is our GPU going to connect or not? I have to give it another kick to get it doing something clearly. There we go. Okay, so what you can do is quickly head in and sort everything out. So go to our weight and balance page, set total packs to 0, and begin deboarding. So another pretty cool feature. So should be able to hear the deboarding commence now. What on earth are the ground services doing? My man's just vibing here, you know. You know what, a fair play, you gotta have fun on the job. There we go. Right. It's ground power in. I literally just requested deboarding. Why is it playing boarding audio? Anyway, that was that. We can have a look around the airport now, actually, because I did say I'd have a bit of a peek around it. Go to the correct camera, please. Wow, okay. So we decided to get ourselves some Irwin Vision goggles from the looks of it and go upside down. And good for it. So, oh, this isn't... For a freeware airport, this isn't that bad. Yeah, I'm not too disappointed with that. It was a nice flight. Nice flight, nice destination, nice landing. What more could you want? And with that, I will call the baggage cart again. Just so I... what? Day on things that make zero sense. Yeah, in any case, now comes the end of our video. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I've done this on next to no sleep and while fasting, so apologies if I did mess up a tiny bit, and by a tiny bit I mean quite a bit. But we have made it to Alicante. We have made it somewhat safely to Alicante. Whoever greeted us here was nothing short of gorgeous. But probably not as gorgeous as departure out of Gatwick earlier. But I digress. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me again for the next flight simulator video, or whatever my next video may be. Take care, and yeah, take care and goodbye for now.